Yeah, the Howling Mindex can keep up with the Zoodex. Just they're just too fast and don't have enough removal for them. So Mark took game 2, and much the same way. It just took about 8 turns instead of 5 turns.
Wow. Well, maybe we should go back and try to get an angle on game 3 there. Get those guys some airtime.
If you don't get that game 3, I don't know if you're going to get a chance to see game 4.
So you thought Tiago Chan would have a much better shot against Herbert Holtz than Antoine Ruel had against Craig Jones. He does not seem to be playing out that way.
He does have a much better shot, but it doesn't mean he's going to win.
Anything times 0 is still 0?
I still said Heasy was going to win. I just said he had a better shot. It's like Becker just said.
There you get a look at him. That's Tiago Chan from Portugal on the left of your screen. He's put up a number of money finishes on the Pro Tour last season. I think he's up in the Players Club. He's on the gravy train. Finally had the breakthrough to an actual top 8 in a Sunday appearance here. He's playing against Mark Herberholz on the right, representing the Beach House. There you get a good look at Herbie, sporting his RIW hobby shirt from his store back in Michigan. He came down to the Beach House, saw the control deck, said, "This is not for me. Give me the beatdown deck." He's running Drool, red-green, no white. He likes the consistency of the mana better. Doesn't think Savannah Lions and Watchwolf are worth it.
And the size of the monsters.
He gets bigger monsters and Scarred for his trouble, and he's got a 2-0 lead over Tiago Chan. It's best 3 out of 5, so Mark just needs to win one of the next 3 games, and then he'll be playing for the Pro Tour Championship. Tiago Chan running the Owling Mind deck. A lot of people on Magic Online had noticed it before. I hadn't heard a lot about it offline, but I think it's one of the big stories this weekend. That deck came out. It said it crushed a lot of control decks. I actually think it's partially responsible for the beatdown decks that are in this top 8. That it was beating the Howling Mind deck. I'm sorry, it was beating the control decks, and that gave the beatdown deck somebody to feast on, even at the top of the Swiss.
I think that it's not really fair to credit Magic Online. Like, this deck is so functionally different from the version that's on Magic Online. The ones that I've seen on Moto are like mono blue.
Okay.
These are burn decks. They set up a twin cast turn.
So it's all about the sudden impact.
Yeah,
the
these decks are
vortex.
much better than the
Certainly Cerebral Vortex
Online.
just got released on Magic Online 6 days ago. So,
but even innovations like Adamaro and Sudden Impact, like the versions online that I've seen don't have any red cards. So I think it's fundamentally different. Like, these are burn decks.
All right.
Now, if you look at Tiago's hand, how this shows what a better chance he has against Heasy than Antoine had. He's got 2 copies of Threads of Disloyalty.
Wow.
Like 1 Threads of Disloyalty might be enough to win.
Huh.
I don't know if he forced. He can play a basic here.
Yeah, there's 2 Threads and I Have Nowhere and 4 Lambs in Tiago Chan's hand.
He can essentially nullify Dryad Sophisticate and take Frenzied Goblin if he wants.
Yeah, Herbert Holtz's board right now is Dryad Sophisticate and Frenzied Goblin and 2 lands. Tiago Chan has a Kami of the Crescent Moon. So, non-basic land walk for the Sophisticate. He only has basic lands in play, so Kami of the Crescent Moon threatening to block the Dryad Sophisticate. Oh, hilarious.
Wow.
Herbert Holtz just put it in the red zone tapped and then realized what was going on. He almost suicided that into a Kami of the Crescent Moon. And now Tiago Chan is tapping his thing. I got you.
All you.
Block with the butt.
The butt? That's a funny name.
That's Turian's nickname for Kami of the Crescent Moon.
Turian's very clever.
He's a good guy. Oh, he brawls anyway.
He's probably going to use the ability, don't you think?
So, Frenzied Goblin's ability. When does he use it?
It triggers.
It looks like he's past priority. Yeah, he declined to use the ability. That's what I thought. Must be Stab Cran Mauler. Yep, that makes sense. Really needed to get in for some damage in order to activate the Bloodthirst on a Stab Clan Mauler.
This is going to be dismal.
Kami of Crescent Moon chose to pick off a Frenzied Goblin instead of the Dryad Sophisticate. Makes sense. He's not going to be able to block later if he doesn't get that Goblin out of the way.
Okay.
Ooh, Threads of Disloyalty, and Herbert Holtz just shrugs it off.
17.
Because he knows, and we know, that he has a Naturalize in his hand. By the way, those Naturalizes are actually less good against Tiago Chan right now than you'd think, because Tiago sideboarded out his Howling Minds. Pretty sure I heard Becker right in my ear. Tiago sideboarded out the Howling Minds, and he just went for more controlish elements.
So he's a terrible blue-red control deck?
I think so. That's what it sounds like.
Like, I didn't love our deck's matchup against these. We were an optimal blue-red control deck.
Yeah, this is the metagame gamble. Tiago and Antoine got to the top 8 based on getting, they didn't run into too many Zoo decks. You saw, like, poor Raphael Levy went, like, 1-4 with the same deck Antoine Ruel played. And, he just shrugged. He's like, I took one for the team. I ran into the Zoo decks. Second threads of disloyalty. Yeah, Naturalized nailed the first one, but Zago had a second.
But he played Shivan Reef. Did you just not care?
He's got to develop his mana. I don't know.
Does he? He had a ton. More than enough to do what he needed to do. He could have just gone sleight of hand and threads disloyalty without giving Dried Sophisticate something to do.
Is Chad trying to get him to play another Sophisticate so he can Pyroclasm them away or something?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like he profits much from that play. There's that second Sophisticate. It's Trip Sophisticate.
6.
Here comes one of those Sophisticates. But Tiago hasn't even got Pyroclasm yet. Oh, boom boom.
He could have made the tech play of boomeranging his own Shivan Reef there.
That would have been much better.
It would have been more fun. It would have killed a Dryad Sophisticate too.
It would have been much better.
You just boomerang your own Shivan Reef, block Sophisticate.
He's tapped.
Killing a land, well, something about picking up your own land in order to kill a landwalker is just so much fun. I don't even understand why that feels so good, but it does. That's hilarious. I could see outside the booth a giant trophy at the feet of Quentin Martin. He won the surfing competition in the Players' Lounge. Ha! That's hilarious. You'd think the surfing competition, it's like a video game, you ride the surfboard. They've been keeping track of the points all weekend long. I would not have picked Quentin Martin as the winner of the surf competition.
Who would you have picked?
I don't know, somebody from a warmer climb, like maybe with an ocean, with waves. I don't know, somebody more than 5'0", 110 pounds.
Look, what about like Pierre Canali, like someone who gets paid to move?
Right.
Like Maury.
That's not bad. Sure. No, Quentin Martin, Pro Tour Honolulu surfing champion. Oh. Congratulations.
What do you think about my idea for...
It's a giant trophy, too. It's like 3 feet tall.
What do you think about my idea for the Team Pro Tour with the General Lee simulator?
In Charleston? All right, another boomerang, picked up another Sophisticate. Meanwhile, Tiago is brawling. He just keeps attacking with Kami of the Crescent Moon. He is attacking with Scab Clan Mauler.
He's gone counter slitter.
He's trading damage. Yeah, he's trying something. I got to give him credit for trying to find a way to win a matchup that just looks awful for him.
And as far ahead as he looks, he's not really that far ahead.
No.
His board's not significantly better. His life total's not significantly better. I mean, he's going to get like a 3-for-1 on the Pyroclasm, inevitably. But
his hand is Pyroclasm, Remand, and a couple of lands.
He's got to go for it soon. I mean, it might be worth it to... No, he's just going to draw cards here, I think, actually.
Well, he's been using the boomerangs to try to slow Mark down. Yeah, and I think he's setting up for an eventual Pyroclasm. Mark's turn was replay Sophisticate, and Kurt Ape. Oh, do we actually have an audience shot of that trophy? Quentin, hold up your trophy. He's on the right. You're just panning away from him. Oh, where'd the audience shot go? No, go back the other way. The other way. We're going to pan back to... All right, now we're panning back to Quentin. There he is. Surf champion, Quentin Martin, Pro Tour Honolulu.
Why not get on your chair and show what kind of moves you use to win that title?